Today is the day of the Gikoga. Which is just a funny way of saying Greninja. I thought you guys should all know about. So if I'm being entirely honest, I don't know if it's today or it was supposed to be yesterday, but whatever. I'm going to talk about it anyway. Greninja Day. It's apparently a thing, and apparently I didn't know about it until just recently. Regardless if it is or isn't a day or not, today is the special day where we're going to be talking about this little shit right here, this little guy. You guys see him like all over my branding, you wonder like what's the deal with him. Well, this video is going to be talking about that because, you know, why the heck not? I also feel it's going to be a good chance to explain why this guy is like in my branding all the time, despite like actively hating modern Pokemon every chance I get. So hopefully that clears things up. My journey with this Froggy would start on a fateful Christmas of 2013, and I would finally be getting my hands on the Nintendo 3DS. This thing was magical, let me tell you. A link between worlds, Pokemon X and Y, Smash Bros? My god, it was awesome. I would boot up Pokemon X and Y after seeing all the trailers, and I knew Froakie was my go-to, which was really interesting because usually before X and Y, I would go with the grass starters, but this time around, something changed. Oh dear god, kill it! Eventually, it would evolve into a Frogadier and finally Greninja, and I have to admit, I was initially not the biggest fan of the design. I mean, I couldn't tell you why because, I mean, come on, this was almost a decade ago, but for one reason or another, I just wasn't a fan. That was until Smash Bros. Let's just be honest here, Smash makes everybody look cool, and Greninja was no exception. Greninja was my reason to go out and buy Smash Bros, and I was so hyped on the trailer despite everyone else being pissed it wasn't Mewtwo.
I'm impressed, but why? Not a Mewtwo, man!
It was then that Greninja would become my Smash Brothers main, which is quite funny because apparently he's not the easiest character to master. You know, there was a lot of like footstooling combos, especially in Smash 4. They're pretty much non-existent now in Ultimate, but it's the fact that he was kind of a hard character to play. And I was one of the few people willing to like give him a shot, and I'm not going to say I'm studying levels of good, but I think I rock a pretty decent Greninja. And while this was all happening, Antipoke would be cooking something as well. Ash-Greninja. Regardless on how you feel about it and getting a new form being created specifically to compete with Megas without being a Mega Evolution itself, the stuff we would get from it was nothing but pure greatness. Ash-Greninja somehow elevated the anime to just being basic Antipoke to straight up a shonen anime. And the fights we get from it, well, I can't show you them, but just take my word for it. All of this would eventually lead to Greninja winning Pokemon of the Year at one point, which is not something to scoff at all. This Frog Ninja sure has a history despite not being a Generation 1 Pokemon, which is crazy to imagine a Pokemon from one of the recent generations becoming so iconic in such a short amount of time. But what do I think about him? You guys already know I think he's cool. And honestly, for someone who doesn't really like the mainline games that much anymore and the stuff that Game Freak has been creating as of late, Greninja for me has evolved into something more than his home series. Watching his battles in the anime and watching him struggle to perfect the bomb phenomenon, but eventually mastering it and kicking absolute ass on the battlefield, I couldn't help but become a fan and root for him. To me, he's the pure definition of cool. And hey, if you want to be just as cool as Greninja, you can always hit that subscribe button down below and even comment down what you think about the Frog Ninja. And also, since we're at the end of this video, most of you have probably already clicked off, I wanted to say that we have a new channel banner. Now, normally this wouldn't be something to make a big deal about, but I've been working on this thing for a while, and maybe it's not the greatest thing, you know, graphically, but, you know, in terms of, like, the character designs, I've been working on them for a while. You can also see, like, Azura has, like, a really unique outfit. You might have seen that through the outro screen you see in some of my videos, and you can finally see her on the front side now and see what she looks like there, so there you go, really cool. And you can also see Greninja over here, and we gave him a cape. I actually found a figure pretty recently of him with like a cape and like a freaking hat or whatever. I don't know. It looks super badass, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him that cape from that Hollow outfit, and I did. And oh my god, he rocks it. He rocks it super well. The banner came out super well, and that's, you know, I mentioned at the beginning of the year I was gonna be updating, you know, stuff, so I'm glad to finally have it out for you guys. I know it's not a big deal. I just thought I'd share. Okay, I'm happy. I love it. I'm like Peter B. Parker in Across the Spider-Verse. I want to show off my banner. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Be sure to drink lots of water, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.